CWA Wales 6 is in the books, and we were not disappointed. I'm Jendo with Combat Sports UK, and this is your CWA recap.
Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Two championships were on the line, and they both went right back home with the defending champions. Shore MMA went a collective 6-0 on the night, and we've got a quick-hitting show to run it all down for you guys. We spoke to Richard Shore, Brett Johns, both of tonight's champions, Grant Ogborn, and 16-year-old super prospect Yeon Thomas. Expect us to catch up with them a little bit longer, again this weekend. What may have stolen the show overall, though, was Shore MMA's many reactions to their guys on the night. 6-0 as mentioned before for Shore MMA, and the team was there to support entirely. Jack Shore, Brett Johns, and Oban Elliott were seen throughout the night celebrating their wins. Thank you as always to our live correspondents on the scene. We had Ben Thomas and Ben Evans live on scene to speak to the fighters for us, and it is greatly appreciated. In the main event, Roan Crocker successfully defended his belt against Reese Hughes when he submitted him in the second round with a rear naked choke. Shore MMA went wild as it happened, and Combat Sports UK was live to pick up the reaction.
Go for it, son. Squeeze.
We also got to speak with Roan Crocker live on scene, and here's what he had to say about his performance.
Retained the belt tonight in dominant fashion. What were your thoughts on the performance?
Not as good as last time. I think first round was a bit lackluster on my part, but I got clipped. Good shot. Shot from a bit too far away and to try and take him down. Front headlock, go back to my feet, to the fence, take him down. Go for the darts. Darts weren't really on. I think I knew that myself and still tried to go for it, but shouldn't have really done that. Second round was a lot better. Imposed my will on him, softened him up, and then got the sub there. Happy with that, but first round was a bit shit.
Let's talk about the support here tonight. I was around Jack Shaw, Brett, Scott, Oban. They were all shouting your name. What do you think of those lads coming here to support you? And
I love it. I said this before, but I was coming to these shows when Oban was the main event, when he was the 170 champ, and he was defending his belt and he was winning titles, and same as Scott. Scott many amateur belts himself as well, and Brett and Tank. I've looked up to these guys for a long time, and I've gone from being the kid on the undercard now I'm on the poster, main event, all that sort of stuff. So it's cool. I really enjoy coming and putting on a show, and it's class well with my brothers with me, supporting me, because that's what they are. We're a team. Some other gyms are on this way. They are gyms, but I really feel like SMA, we are a team.
And finally, what can we expect to see from you next? There are a few cards coming up, and we've just spoken to Richard, who said you'll be on it. Will you?
Yeah, whatever he says goes. He's the boss man. I listen to him. I've got a fight down on Brett's show next month, or the month after, whatever it is. And then, we get the English Four Nations IMAF's end of the year, so busy.
Finally, do you have anyone you'd like to shout out tonight?
Yeah, shout out my sponsors, Nutriad, Brotherhood Health Performance, Swansea Bay Golf Club, Exclusively Private, R&B Carpentry, Brett Johns MMA HQ, and all my teammates, all my friends, all my family, everyone who supports me, drops me a message on Instagram. All the guys who support me, thank you.
Crocker is a problem for anyone who finds themselves opposite in the cage from him. But we switch gears. Levi Batchelor also brought gold back to Shore MMA when he successfully defended his belt in a decision victory. Jack Shore was there to put the belt on Levi, and that had to be a special moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. And still, the Cowboys Wales Welterweight Champion, Levi Batchelor.
We caught up with Levi on scene.
Levi, another win, 5-0 now. How do you reflect on the performance against Gomez?
Yeah, I think it was a decent performance from what I can sort of remember. I'll go and watch it back, but I listened to my coaches as much as I could. Richard Shaw, obviously one of my head coaches, was telling me that this match was going to be all cardio based. He knows I can go those 3 rounds at a heavy pace, and I can put that pressure on someone, and that's exactly what I did. Just kept him there, kept him pinned, kept draining away at his breath, and I think that's what got me the victory, to be honest.
The striking was really good. Obviously, your takedowns and your wrestling, we know that's good. Everyone in the whole team is like that. What was the plan going in? Did you want to get him on the floor? Did you want to trade with him? What was the plan with him?
Yeah, so we knew that he had a solid wrestling base, but we knew he was good all around. So we wanted to sort of get at something that I knew for a fact that I was better than him with, and that was my fitness. And I just knew that chipping away at him, keeping that pressure on him, that was just going to wear at him, and then I was going to be able to chip away with the wrestling, the strikes. I caught him with a few shots, he caught me with a few shots. He obviously took me down, I think, in the second round. I took him down a few times, but I think I solidified that win quite well. So, yeah, I'm happy with the performance.
Well, you won the belt in December. You've defended it tonight. Yeah. Co-main both of them by the end of the year. Is there a main event for Young Money?
Oh, definitely. I know there's lots of big things in the works behind the scenes, but you'll have to wait and see, and always have to get at me to buy a ticket and come and watch a champion in the making.
Can't wait for that. Thank you, mate. Well done on tonight's performance.
Thank you very much.
Grant Ogborn and Ryan Lockyer went the distance in a fight that was grueling on both competitors. Ogborn got his 7th win overall, and it was a decision victory, and we caught up with him as well post-fight.
So, brilliant performance tonight. That was absolutely an incredible fight. What were your thoughts on the performance?
I felt like going into the fight, like I wanted a war. Like I wanted to throw my hands. There's been a few of my last fights I've sort of froze up a little bit, just couldn't get into it. I was sort of scared to throw my hands a little bit. So I like my first thing going into this fight. Like I'm going to go now. I want to have a scrap. I want to have a war. I want to let my hands go. I just want to, and that's what I did. I think technically it needed a lot of work. Like I'm going to go back and work on it. But yeah, like I've got to watch it back. But I mean, 6 out of 10 for me. Like I know I'm so many more levels above that again. It's just just get back and work.
That's now the 7th win of your career now. Yeah. We know you love fighting in Wales.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of cards coming up. What's next for you then? And is there anyone you have in mind for the next opponent?
I think, well, I want to stay active. So obviously I'm still amateur at the minute. I think that was like my, what's that, 7? I think that's like my 11th amateur fight. Go back. I think I want the title next. I would like the Cage Warriors title over. I fought Zach Holman before. Lovely bloke. I got much respect for him. He beat me fair and square the last time we fought. I know he's got the lightweight title, so I wouldn't mind going up against him. I think he might be welterweight actually, welterweight title. So yeah, I don't know what his plans are. I don't know if he's going pro or whatnot, but yeah, man, Zach Holman, if you fancy it, let's go again. Let's run it back.
There we are. Well, I'd be excited for that one, and I'm sure everyone else would. And finally, have you got any shout-outs you'd like to give anyone?
Yeah, just a shout-out to all my sponsors, HR Sports Massage, J-Ball Nutrition, the Fruit and Veg Box, Casabianca, a little Italian restaurant in Wales, in Abergavenny actually, good friend of mine. Who else? I don't want to forget anybody. Who else have we got? We've got quite a few sponsors.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot here,
no, don't want to miss anybody out. There's a few. I'm so sorry if I missed anybody out, but HR Sports Massage and J-Ball Nutrition, like they go like beyond, like they do so much for me week in, week out. Like they do a lot for me. So shout out to them. Shout out to all my team at Olympians, like all my sparring partners, my trainers, Wesley Murch, Chris Ogden. Shout out to all those, and shout out to all my support, my girlfriend. Shout out to all those.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Brilliant performance. And I can't wait to see you back in the cage.
Lovely. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Awesome.
Dan Kitchens improved to 3-1 overall in the amateur scene when he submitted Celtic Pride's Dan Morris in just the very first round. Dan Kitchen is someone that you can expect to potentially hear this weekend when we catch up with the CWA Wales guys again. Kane Darcy took out Kieran Doyle with an arm triangle submission to keep Shore MMA's night perfect. It's truly impressive what the camp was able to do at CWA Wales 6. Another Jack Shore sighting as CSUK shot footage of Tank celebrating 16-year-old super prospect Yeon Thomas's decision victory. Thomas now moves to 3-0 and continues to be, in the words of Richard Shore, Wales' best MMA talent. We caught up with Ioan, who is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
So, Ioan, 3-0, 16 years of age. What a brilliant performance. What are your overall thoughts on that?
Overall, I'm happy with it. We got through it. I think I won all 3 rounds. I'll have to go and watch it back. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Would have liked to finish, like I said, but I'm obviously a lot older than me. A lot more developed from a good gym. Probably been training longer than I've been alive. So
yeah, you just briefly mentioned the scorecards there. I spoke to Oban Elliott. He said you won all 3 rounds. When the 29-29 came out, were you a bit worried? What were your thoughts on that?
Confused overall, because I was a little bit worried, but I gave it my best. All these fans show up and support me, win, lose or draw, so what will be will be. Tried my best and I thought I had a victory. And funny enough, I said 29-29, look the tank. Like, I was like, do you think I won? Yeah, he said. I thought, I'm alright.
So you just said about the fans. When we were walking up the stairs then, everyone was chanting there's only one Yeon Thomas. What were your thoughts on the fans? Because they were amazing tonight in this NFL Centre.
Honestly, like I previously said, like, there's no way I'll ever be able to repay those guys. They show up every single fight and just support me no matter what. So I owe a lot to those guys. So big shout out to all them. Thank you very much.
16 years of age, 3-0, undefeated record, still in the bag. What's next for you? Because there are a lot of shows coming up in the next few months. Where do you want to be?
Well, normally I always tell myself after hard camp I'm going to take a few days off, but I'll probably be back to the gym Monday. Try and take a few days off, rest up, eat the junk food for a bit. And yeah, I want to heal up, keep training and get on to the next one. Expand again, so.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, mate.
Josh Archer made a statement, stopping Alex Ianculescu in the very first round via rear naked choke in dominant fashion. Josh positions himself very well for whatever is next. Elsewhere, Cameron Douglas got a first-round choke victory, and Brad Allen finished Malachi Lynch in the first round via ground and pound, while Ellis Richards was another fighter who secured a first-round stoppage, sending Oban Elliott, in particular, into jubilation. Shore MMA really did have a special night this past weekend. The decision victors not mentioned yet were Lewis Riggs, Deacon Thomas, Talon Jones, Jack Haycock, Colmar, Jack Beasley, and Kasper Zdunchik. They were all victorious via decision. What an incredibly special night for an incredibly special promotion. Before we let you go, we have a couple of treats in store for you, being the big man in charge, Richard Shore, and Brett Johns as well. We hope you guys enjoy.
That's a clean sweep for Shore MMA tonight, Richard. Just how do you reflect on tonight?
Awesome, 6-0, some decision wins, some stoppages, but I think we showed every facet of the martial arts. Do you know what I mean? We showed wrestling, we showed grappling off our back, we showed grappling on the top, we showed good level of striking. More importantly, I felt like particularly the last 2 fights with the 2 title fights, we showed an IQ which is levels above one amateur needs to be the fight IQ. So it was all the move.
And it seems like everyone always asks about Yeon Thomas, but everyone tonight, like literally came to Jack to the top of the card with everyone. Who was the standout for you on the team? Was it just
I think the standout probably was Levi Batchelor. I think on paper he probably had the hardest matchup, and he beat the lad at his own game. Do you know what I mean? That guy who come here with a really good wrestling background. He's a Cage Warrior Southeast champion, so he's no mug. I just over the moon. I felt Levi's pace for 9 minutes. There's nobody in the UK can match him for that cardio.
And will Roan and Levi both be on the next card?
They will, yeah, June the 25th now. And probably a pair of them will be in the IMAFs as well. Looking to do the IMAFs in the summertime as well.
So Brett, clean sweep tonight for Shore MMA. What are your thoughts on all of the fighters and who stood out?
Look, everybody fought really well, and I'm not just on about the Shore MMA boys, I'm all about the full card. You know, these fighters coming in here, putting everything on the line, it's just it's humbling to watch, really. You know, obviously it was somewhere where I've been, and it's nice to see the up-and-comers coming through the rank. But going back to my team, Shore MMA, look, it just proves the coaching staff there are absolutely fantastic. Shaky, Carl, all the boys have done a fantastic job getting these fighters into shape and ready to go. If I'm honest, the standout performance is me, obviously with the 2 title fights. Roan Crocker, a close friend of mine, getting a good win. But if I'm completely honest, I think Levi Batchelor, you know, a bit of a short notice pull-up, but we put him in there against someone who is top 3 in UK in his weight. It's a big ask, and got the win, which we're absolutely chuffed about.
So what do you think is next for those 2 fighters? Who do you think they can go up against? How far do you think those 2 can go?
Look, there's a couple of things they could do. You know, I know there's a show coming up here, June 26th. I know that Shaky would be interested in getting both fighters back on. If they wanted to keep active again. There's other shows about as well and other titles that they're able to get. I know that Roan Crocker is fighting on my show, which is May the 7th out in Carmarthen. So he's fighting James Walmsley from Lions Den, really respected team with Dave Matthews. James Walmsley on a cracking win streak. Rowan's on a cracking win streak. It just made sense to put it together. So, you know, Rowan is going out there and trying other things. I think for Levi next would be to take some time off because, all fairness, trains very hard. But yeah, I think obviously, you know, I think people will throw the pro word about, but realistically, these boys are very new in the game. You know what I mean? So they've got a lot to do. They have, you know.
Briefly onto you. You're coming off a brilliant win, obviously.
Yeah.
What's next? When can we next see you in the cage?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted a fight in May. I've got my wedding in June, so I wanted to get a fight in May just to pay for the bills, really. But look, we were fortunate enough to have a fight in February, and I'm really thankful for the win. You know, I don't kind of sit here and be like, yeah, it was amazing. Look, that win's done now. I want to go on to the next one. And Bellator have announced that card September 23rd in Dublin. They've said that's the card they want us on. But realistically, I think I could definitely fit one more in between then. It's whether or not Bellator want to do it. And at the moment, it feels like it's a no. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't mind waiting until September, but I prefer to keep active.
Here at CSUK cannot wait to see what's next for Cage Warriors Academy Wales. We've reached the end of this one for now, and if you guys enjoyed this recap, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, as we'd love to talk to you all. On behalf of Combat Sports UK, this is Jendo signing off.
Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.